Good day everyone, Loki here, and today we're taking a first look at Rogue Legacy 2, a roguelite game coming at you from the same people that brought you Rogue Legacy about 7 years ago. One of the initial roguelite games that really kickstarted the whole roguelite genre. Somehow I have never played that game over the years. I should probably change that at some point in time, especially because over the past 2 hours that I have been playing Rogue Legacy 2, I've kind of been enjoying this game. So I would say let's just jump into it. It brings more roguelite-y goodness for anyone that is into roguelites, so the gameplay should be fairly familiar. You have a bunch of characters that you've had in the past. These are all my heroes of my legacy that have died. Some of them were quite good runs, others not so much. So I think I had a run where I literally ran into the first room and I just fell over and died. Thus is the fate of some of the people inside of your family, I suppose. Anyway, whenever you start a new run, you get to choose from 3 characters. These are randomly generated. They can be different classes, they can be the same classes. As of right now, I have 4 different classes unlocked, which are the Ranger, the Mage, the Warrior, and the Barbarian. As you can see, we have the choice out of 3 of these right here, which is the Ranger, the Mage, and the Warrior. Or the Knight, rather. And then the Barbarian has a large axe, and they can spin to win, which is pretty cool. All of these have randomly generated talents and magic, and sometimes they come with traits. And depending on the trait, you can get extra gold. If it's a bad trait, you get extra gold. And sometimes they can be beneficial. So, for example, this Mage has aerodynamic. Once you have played with a certain trait, you will actually get to see beforehand what it does. In this case, I've never played with aerodynamic, so I don't know exactly what this does. Under normal circumstances, I would totally go for this Mage to find out what aerodynamic does, because I'm going to assume it's a positive, but for the sake of starting out and not dying instantly, because I'm absolutely horrible with the Mage, we're going to start with the Knight. I think that is probably the better plan. So we're going to start with the Knight. Lady Triss. The stable fable, good at everything, and perfect marriage material. Let's go and jump in. And then, it's first going to get me into the skill tree. You essentially get to spend the money that you earned in your previous run. Most of the money is actually thrown away if you don't spend it, so you should definitely spend it, and you can either spend it on your skill tree, or you can spend it inside of your blacksmith if you have any recipes that you haven't crafted yet, which you will find throughout your adventure down in the dungeon. I have crafted everything that I found, and I think you'll probably also be able to spend money right here at the Enchantress. Yep, there we go. You've got a need to read. Equip this rune to increase your max mana capacity. I won't go for that, and I will get into that momentarily. I guess I'll just pump it into here, which is extra strength, increasing my weapon damage. I think that's a good plan. The main reason why I'm not going for that increased mana is because I am actually absolutely horrible at using my skills. The very skills that use mana, so you will probably not see me fire a fireball outside of showing off the fireball in a moment. I am just super bad with that. And you also have a shield in this case. And the shield can actually lower the damage you take. But also every single time you actually get hit with the shield, it spends 50 mana. So I think that probably is the more sensible thing. But you also have the fireball, which does a big exploding. Which works. You got quite a couple of movement things. You will unlock them throughout the game. Some of them require heirlooms. Some of them you can do straight from the get-go. The first one you can do straight from the get-go is essentially this downward slash, which boosts you upwards, which you will have to do every single time you start a dungeon at the moment. So you will not forget that. Some of the other ones, the main other one that I've unlocked is the dash, which allows you to quickly move. Sadly, there's no real way to cancel your dash, so you are gonna travel that set distance, so you gotta be careful whenever there's an enemy on the other side of wherever you're dashing to, because you will get hurt. Yeah, you will get hurt, in general. This game, for the most part, is very, very brutal. The stuff will damage you, and essentially, especially very early on, you start as a level 1 character. The more you play, your family will level up. And when your family levels up, you will slowly be able to survive more things. You'll get armor, you'll get more vitality, which means more health, and everything slowly starts adding up so that you actually can survive more. At the same time, stuff inside of the world, inside of the dungeon, will also level up. So you might become stronger, but at the same time, stuff in the world also becomes ever so strong, like ever so much stronger. So you kind of have this little bit of a fake increase of power, I would say. Yep, those platforms actually disappear when you get off them. I was trying to shoot the fireball upwards, which clearly did not work. There we go. You can do small little jumps by just tapping your jump button ever so lightly. And you also do not have to kill every single enemy. I personally like going for killing as many of them, because they do, of course, drop you money. That's a little bit too high. Let's see. That's a little bit too low, but it did put him on fire. There we go. So yeah, I kind of like trying to kill everything. It is, in general, completely unnecessary, and probably is more likely to get you killed. So yeah, here's a special room. This is a room where you're not supposed to get hit. I am absolutely horrible at these. Like that. I will get confused by things, and now that chest is gone. So going through this room is completely pointless. I have yet... Oh god. I am about to get hit by absolutely... Oh, yep, that's a good job. Good job by me. I have yet to actually get myself a fairy chest. As you can see right here in this room, for example, they like putting a lot of traps in these rooms so that you are less likely to actually go and get the loot. What I could try and do... Oh, I was so close. What I could try and do is do the dash, because apparently dropping out of the room does reset the fireballs. Didn't quite work out. If you are a pleb like me, then you're probably best off not going for those chests, because you are more likely to actually just hurt yourself. That still doesn't stop me from trying to get those chests. I don't know what it means when they're glowing yellow. I haven't seen those yet. The game does a pretty good job at just continuously surprising you with, like, showing you new stuff. Which is pretty cool. Like, it does seem like even... I mean, I know 2 hours into a game isn't a lot, but considering I've mostly been in this first level, this first biome, which currently is the main biome in the game because the game is in early access, it still continuously seems to throw new stuff at you, which is pretty nifty, I think. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so that's the second biome. The second biome is not ready yet. It will just tell you, like, oh yeah, hey, game developers here. Yeah, so the second biome is not ready. You can instead go to the third biome. The slight problem with that is that the third biome will murder you. I mean, it's not that dramatic. It's the little note that they have right there specifically says, like, hey yo, third biome is not quite balanced for you to go to coming from the first biome. You can play it, but yeah, expect a more smooth difficulty curve when the game actually comes out. Which makes a lot of sense. I'm pretty sure quite a lot of early access roguelite games end up going down that path. So let's quickly stay up here. I haven't seemed to have gotten, like, lucky with food drops. I would like some food drops. There are also secret rooms, and also little puzzle rooms like this one. Which, I mean, this is not too difficult. You can stand on these lanterns. At first, I didn't realize you could stand on these lanterns. So what I was trying to do was, like, try to, like, dash up like that. I actually did it pretty smoothly that time. Until I discovered you can stand on them. So, yeah, don't be like me. Actually just stand on them and climb up them that way, because there's no reason for you to, you know, be a potato. I mean, unless you want to be a potato, in which case, by all means, be a potato. Secret rooms are pretty easy to see. Usually there's a little crack in the wall. Of course, now that I said it's pretty easy to see, oh, that was a mistake. I've probably already missed them. Because that's just kind of the curse of saying those things. You will miss them when you say they're easy to see. But yeah, there's just a little crack in the wall. And actually, talking about that, let me check on this room. Yeah, no crack in the wall. You can only break those walls with a magic attack, though. So you need to make sure that you actually have mana. If you don't have mana, yeah, you're kind of just out of luck. Now, luckily, getting mana is pretty easy, just mainly by hitting things. You usually end up getting every hit, as you can see, has a little blue number that pops up, which means I get 5 mana every single melee hit. Usually, if you're a mage or a wizard, or whatever the class is, you end up actually regenerating more mana with every hit. I think at that point it's like 50. Like it's pretty large. It's pretty large. Of course, the trade-off for a mage is that you pretty much do not have health. Like, you will have to watch out. Oh, that was too far. You will have to watch out with everything you do, because your health bar essentially does not exist from the get-go. Oh, I shouldn't have jumped down. Also, I'm actually pretty satisfied with how long I've survived so far, because I have really had runs. I have really had runs where I would jump into the first or second room and I'd just be getting demolished. So. Nope. I'm really bad at judging those fireballs. Having said that, I am about 1 or 2 hits away from dying, which does mean I would like to get myself some health. Here's a teleport point. Usually teleport points are near, for example, the boss room right here. Nice thing of the boss room is that if we go into the boss room, we will actually regen health. We will actually get full health back. Now, I'm not confident that I can actually kill the boss. So I'm not 100% sure if I should go in there. But at the same time, if I'm just gonna die, then I might as well go into the boss. Because then I might as well try my hand at the boss. I guess we'll do that in a Oh, I didn't realize there was a spear person. Oh well, obviously I did that so you guys could see what happens when you die. Okay, that's a lie, I was just being a pleb. But yeah, you get a little rerun of, where you've been, and what you killed, and how much money you earned. And, yeah, you get to, like, essentially see the map go. Of course, this map is randomly generated, so you'll get to experience a different map the next time you go in. So it won't be the same layout. But yeah, here we are. Now you can see on the wall here to the left, my Lady Triss that just died has got its spot on the wall. And now we can choose our next heir. I would say we're gonna go with the Barbarian, because the Barbarian is quite fun. It is a little bit hefty, though. And they also happen to have a new trait that I haven't had yet. Clumsy, which clumsy doesn't sound like it'd be useful, but at the same time it doesn't give a gold bonus, so it probably is actually a positive effect. As weird as that sounds, we're just gonna give it a try. Also, I've gotten over 1,000 gold, so we can actually buy some things. I say we either upgrade ourselves onto more weapon power, or we get ourselves some more shield. 15 extra shield or 1 extra strength. You know, we're gonna go for more strength. Also, something to keep in mind while you are upgrading. While you are upgrading your skill tree, every single time you buy an upgrade, it will actually start to cost more. So, technically speaking, if you actually know what you're doing, like, for example, if I could, I don't think you can do this Ranger you essentially have to unlock. I'm not a big fan of the Ranger class. I feel like it wouldn't be too terrible for me to not buy the Ranger class. But that's sadly not an option, because it's literally the main middle of the castle. It's the first thing you unlock, or the second thing you unlock. So, that is sadly not an option. Let's see, let's also get a study hall. There we go. grow that castle out. So yeah, I think this one, Universal Basic Ingress, starts at 1500. As you can see now, with all the upgrades I've gotten, it has risen to 1765. Now, especially something like this that actually increases your gold gain for certain traits might be something that you want to go for as soon as you can. So, clumsy. Objects break on touch. Okay, well, that is certainly not a negative. It is also not that much of a positive, I suppose, but it's not a negative, so we'll take it. Let's go. There we go. There goes my gold. And roughly 10% goes into the safe. And then you can go and spend that 10% later. I'm gonna assume you can upgrade that. Ooh, the one rough thing about that is that, yeah, when you're touching things that can actually be broken, you will break it and you can't really use it to jump off of it. Oh, I need to jump up. Oh, I am kind of in a pickle. Okay, it's fine. The skeleton threw themselves off as well. They realized I was being a potato, so they decided to be really nice to me. Anyway, as you can see, the Barbarian has an axe, which means that if you jump, you can do the spin, like the spin attack, which is pretty nice. Although, the one rough part is that if you do not have to dash it, you can see you have this pretty... I mean, I think it's only like half a second, but you have this recovery animation when you're on the ground. Which is kind of rough. The nice thing, though, if you have the dash, you can actually dash yourself right when you land on the ground to cancel that animation. Now, the dash is a set distance, so if you don't plan it right, then you might still dash into a person. Also, the strike while you are grounded is a very, very powerful. Also, we hit the wrong side there for a moment. It is very powerful. And sometimes I wish that you can actually do the grounded strike while in the air, because it would be pretty strong, but I guess that's the exact reason why they don't allow you to do it. Because it would be way too strong, and you would probably one-hit literally everything. So, you know. Slow but steady. There is also, as you might have seen on my portrait wall, there is actually a thing that allows you to become gigantic. And if you have that together with the axe, you can do some silly hits from absolutely super far away. At the same time, you will also literally be hit by absolutely everything around the world. So it's not all great. Also, compared to the sword, it takes a little bit of time before your swing actually comes out, so... As you can see right there, I got hit by that spinning axe, even though I hit my attack button. And that's just simply because it takes a little bit of time before your attack comes out. So... Not the end of the world, just more flavor to keep in mind. Oh, I haven't seen one of these skeletons yet. McRib. McRib. Also, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but if you have seen Rogue Legacy in the past, which I have certainly watched other people play Rogue Legacy, then you might recognize this art style, but at the same time it might not. It might, like, something might seem weird about it, and that's because they very much took the art style that the original game had, and they faithfully recreated it, but it's like hand-drawn instead of pixelated. Instead of pixel art, which, or well, I don't want to specifically say hand drawn. But it's drawn. You know, it could be digital art or whatever you want to call it. But it's drawn instead of pixel art, which pixel art is still very impressive to make, and I personally am a big fan of pixel art. But it's a very noticeable difference going from one to the other. Also, I'm taking a little bit of a beating right here. There is actually a secret wall right there, which they're getting stuck on, which we could totally abuse. There we go. So let's break open that secret wall. There we go. Oh. Oh, we got locked into an animation. I should probably just ignore the fact that there's an eye there, because we couldn't quite jump down in there. I feel like that's the main thing that ends up getting me hit, is the Barbarian. Just small little stupid things. Alright, we have a fairy chest right here that requires no jumping. Now, that seems pretty weird, but we can actually dash right now, and this is actually my first fairy chest! Woo! So this is where you get runes from. Absorb magical essence through your fighting spirit. Restore more mana per hit. Alright, that's pretty good. That's gonna be another thing that we can equip on our character, I'm pretty sure. So that is pretty cool. Progress. Okay, I'm just gonna take this slowly. Just gonna wait for these things to spin at us. I don't know if I can guide this around the corner. Alright, there we go. I do hope that we find some food or the boss room. I'd probably jump into the boss room, although I'm not too sure that with our slow attack speed. Oh. I should not mention the boss room. I feel like every single time I mention the boss room, I'm gonna get myself murdered. I do not know yet what the boss unlocks. To be clear, I have no clue what the boss actually unlocks because we haven't killed the boss yet. The boss is quite tanky, and I don't feel like the boss is... I can speculate how the boss could be killed. I feel like probably playing a mage would be beneficial for killing the boss. I know that when I tried it with the Barbarian, the rough part is the very slow and heavy hits. So whenever you hit, you have to, like, you have to wait for your character to recover. You can, of course, dash, but while there are while there are, like, projectiles coming around the room, it's pretty difficult to, like, correctly dash and not get absolutely murdered. So, yeah. Anyway, let's show you guys something else than the melee people. Let's show you guys Mage. And that will be our final run for right now. Why would that be the final run? Well, mainly because I don't like the Ranger. Actually, I think the Ranger might be better than the Mage in certain situations. So, I think my hatred for the Ranger is pretty unfounded. So, anyway, we unlocked this rune then, which we cannot buy because it's 500, but that should be something I shall keep in mind while I find more money around the place. Anyway, the interesting thing about the Mage is that it's a Mage, so you don't really use a melee weapon, you use a staff that explodes things. You can still hit things with it in the face, also, we just got some food instantly. But hitting something on the spot, it's not exactly the best way to kill things. It hurts them a little bit, but obviously your explosions are going to hurt it way more, which means you should probably try to actually get the enemy at the distance of an explosion. Also, we have the trait of slowly falling, slowly descending, which probably is not exactly great with a mage. Because you do a lot of, like, trying to quickly jump into their face and going from there, or at least I like just jumping around the place and doing that, but especially right there, I tried to fall through the floor, but because we have the slowly descending, we instead get hit in the face. So, yeah, this is definitely a trait that I am not a big fan of, but it is considered a positive, so, you know, maybe you can use it in a positive way. Oh, we perfectly got hit right there. But for me, it hasn't all worked out. You can cross some gaps a little bit better, I guess. Oh, we almost got hit by the blue fireball again. All right. Ooh, nice. We got a nice little sack of money. Very good. Oh, jump. Now I could just ignore the fact that we have to take this distance and just smack him in the face. Although that feels weird. Also, as you can see, as you probably have been able to tell, if you actually know what you're doing, then you might be yelling at me right now internally, like, why are you not using your magic? Yeah, the reason is that I keep on forgetting that I do have magic. Now, in this case, we don't really have the best rolls on the magic and the talent that we have, because the 8-ball isn't particularly a super awesome, amazing skill, I would say. Also, I should probably not even bother killing these guys, and I will die right here. Hey, there we go. We actually got some food. That's good. Oh, there's also a room here. Oh, this is just one of the heirloom rooms. This is the room where you get the dash. So you need to do a trial to actually unlock it, and then you get to keep it. But since we've already done it, we cannot do it again. The other skill that we have is this blast, which just pushes the enemy away. Which, probably not the most useful. I feel like I probably have the least useful magic skills that you could have. There are some pretty cool out there that I've seen so far. You have like a Kamehameha, I would like to call it. And you have like a bunch of different ones. So, yeah, no, we definitely did not luck out as far as magic skills are concerned. Oh, we lucked out with that, though. It, like, just barely stopped right in front of us. Alright, let's go up here. Oh, no, let's go away from... Oh, there's actually a chest right there. Nah, I can't risk it. I only have 54 health. Sometimes, in this game, you are best off just accepting that you're not going to be able to kill things in a room and backing off. Especially if you're me. In this case, there's a fairy chest that requires us not to get hit. Luckily, we have this slow falling, so... Yeah, we actually kind of lucked out right there because we had the slow falling, so that became quite easy. You've got a need for greed. Increase radius of coins flying towards you. That is always such a mediocre, such a mediocre skill in so many games. It's like, yeah, it's cool that you're able to grab the coins from further, but it's also such an unnecessary thing. Like, you can walk yourself up to the... You can totally walk yourself up to them. Yeah, so I don't really have a way to attack upwards. Ooh, that was actually pretty smooth. There we go. Wow, that was pretty good. I am pretty impressed with myself. Oh. There we go. Let's just grab... Oh, I'm just gonna grab the chest and run out of there with the money. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Later! I will very slowly descend the tower and get out of here. Alright, let's quickly climb up here, open this chest. Oh, nice, there we go. That was what I was hoping for. With that many lanterns to break, there's a pretty decent chance for you to get yourself a piece of food. Yeah. And because the mage has a relatively low amount of health, we are relatively close to having full health again, so that is pretty good. Alright. I don't think I've had this room as a layout yet, so this is... Oh! No, there is that ball that floats over there. We are facing the wrong way. That is not useful. I've noticed that a little bit. I don't know if it's something that I'm doing wrong or if my left stick is going back the other way, but sometimes when I try to land up or quickly try to attack, it seems like my character turns around the other way. And that could totally be user error. I will not blame the game for that fully. It probably is user error, knowing me. But yeah, it has happened quite a lot. I will all of a sudden be facing the wrong way, and it sucks. It will get me hit. Also, we're getting out of here in the safe way, considering I have 1 HP. I'm gonna have 0 HP if it... there's nothing in that room. Alright. Preferably, I'd be able to find a room that either has me picking up something, or the boss room, or something that regenerates my health. Those trials actually regenerate your health as well, but sadly, once you've completed those trials once, that's it. You don't get to do those trials again, so... Sadly, you cannot continuously use those to have an easier time surviving. Oh god, I opened the door. That is a little dangerous. Oh! I didn't remember that the bones actually went through the floor. Oh well, there's our run with the mage. We did not get to the boss room. Well, let's just say that you can get to the boss room. See, I just didn't want to spoil the boss, you know, that's all I can say. I just did not want to spoil the boss, so that's why I did not spoil the boss. Anyway, this game is available on Steam, on Epic Games Store for PC. I am not actually sure about what the situation is for consoles. I haven't checked about that at all, but if it's there, you'll probably be able to find it quite easily on the name Rogue Legacy 2. I think it's about 16 euros in my region, which is the Netherlands. So, you know, in primary Central Europe, it's about 16 euros with a 10% discount if you have Rogue Legacy 1. So then it is like 15 euros roughly. So, yeah, if you're interested in it, you can go check it out. I quite like this game. I think it's nice. It's really very much the type of game that makes me want to just keep on doing another run, because every single time you play it, you get pushed into more and better stuff. It's very addicting, very exciting that way. And yeah, it just very much seems like the type of game where you can just very quickly hop in, hop out, do a run, and yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I can definitely like I said right at the start, it definitely is a game that makes me interested in trying out Rogue Legacy 1, which I know that might sound weird, but I'm actually curious to see the original in that sense. So I might do that at some point. I might actually pick that up, and I think I might have it from some Humble Bundle at some point. So yeah, I might actually check that out at some point, just as a form of reference of being like, I've played Rogue Legacy 2, let's see what Rogue Legacy 1 is like. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, have a very wonderful rest of your day, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I guess the YouTube thing is to say, like, don't forget to like and subscribe. But yeah, no, if you want to interact with the video, apparently the YouTube search engine likes those things, so that's why YouTubers push them onto you. Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, have a very wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!